This video might seem a little disorganized. I'm shooting this literally from the hip, and you might say that's what you do all the time, and that's true. Most of the times that's very much the case. But recently, even though the presentation is still that one take, it has taken me a number of attempts to get there, and that's very unlike me. It caused a little bit of conflict, and then to sort of add on to that is that over this past weekend, even though there have been videos basically every day, there has been a sort of a void up there in that creative chamber that usually houses a lot of ideas, a lot of experiments and fun little shit that I want to try or do. That's been not present, so that's been a bit concerning as well. Fan Appreciation Week, by the way. I want to talk about this briefly. I told you this was going to be a bit discombobulated, but it's to thank you guys for 10 million views, which we're not quite at yet. We're about 84 grand short, and I'm hoping that we get there before July the 3rd, because that's whenever Fan Appreciation Week is going to begin, and that's going to be a celebration of you guys. It's going to be a celebration of your input to the channel and, you know, being dedicated subscribers, watchers, followers, whatever it may be, whatever you want to call yourselves. For being the Cover Killer Nation, it's my thanks to you. There's going to be a video each and every day of next week that is based off of a suggestion from one of you guys. There's a stickied thread over on the Cover Killer Nation Facebook group that you can throw in your suggestions, and there'll be a stream tomorrow, which is Tuesday the 28th of June, where you can toss around some suggestions also if you happen to not have Facebook, or you can hit me up on Twitter, which is @TheCoverKiller. You might wonder what that has to do with the sort of, I guess, the bad feeling that I had about not having very much in the way of ideas and the chamber sort of being empty. It's because I never envisioned that this would be a channel where I would upload content every single day, and at times, you know, want to do 2 videos at a time. I never envisioned that this was going to be something aside from therapy. And you might say, therapy? I mean, you didn't always have this grand vision that you were going to be this YouTube celebrity and you were going to retire at the age of 40. You were going to have millions of dollars and fancy cars, and please, if you think that you're going to attain that through YouTube, you got to be very, very lucky or very, very good, and I am neither of those things. You may think that I'm very good, and I thank you for that opinion and for kissing my ass. It does help, but to say that I'm very good is a bit of a stretch. And to say that I'm very lucky is probably the biggest laughable, you know, statement of forever. I'm horridly unlucky, so that's just kind of how it is. It goes back to, you know, health. It goes back to, you know, clutch maneuvering and in sports and everything like that. But whenever Cover Killer Nation was first beginning, it started off as Cover Killer and was meant to be a pure therapeutic experience. And that was based around the fact that the year before that was not exactly the best of ones on a personal scale. So I figured that having an output, you know, something where I channeled some of that negative energy and turned it around would be a positive thing. And honestly, the original idea was not what you see. It was actually covering songs very, very badly. But I also, being horribly unlucky and really, really dumb to boot, you know, plenty of you have told me that I'm dumb. I'm basically just now cementing the fact that you're right. I couldn't get around the content ID system and things like that whenever it came to posting the stuff, so it always was doomed from the start. So none of it has ever seen the light of day, and all of that has long since been deleted. And so I was left with this empty channel, and so I just did a mock review, you know, angry review of Saint Anger, and the rest is history. You know, Cover Killer Nation was born because of the fact that that channel, the Cover Killer, got shut down. And so this whole idea of not having much upstairs whenever it comes to ideas and concepts, it frightens me a bit, considering I don't want the therapy to get to the point, because it is still therapeutic to me. I don't want it to get to the point where I need therapy for the therapy, so to speak, where, you know, it causes so much stress and so much in the way of, you know, negative emotion, where I sort of sink back into some of those places that I was 8 years ago, which seems like an eternity ago. Of course, last year there was the hiatus that was seen as not really a hiatus and all that. Shut the fuck up about that, firstly. Listen, man, a hiatus is a hiatus. It's an extended period of time where you are away from something that you're doing. And you know what? Being somebody that posts just about every single day some sort of new content, whether it be a review, whether it be, a CKN Reacts, or, whatever it may be, a list, something for a series. I post just about every single day. So if I miss a day, it's one that's kind of surprising. So to have been away from doing that for 2 weeks, going on 3 weeks, while still streaming, of course, just to try and, stay in contact with you guys, that was a hiatus for me. For some people, a hiatus is a number of years. For some people, a hiatus is a couple of months. For me, a hiatus is a couple of weeks, because a lot can happen as a YouTuber in a couple of weeks whenever it comes to, it's an industry where you have to sort of always maintain being remembered, I guess. It's really not the best industry whenever it comes to long-term success. I'm very happy with what we've been able to accomplish. I'm very pleased to see the growth that has come ever since that hiatus finished up. From November all the way up into this point, we have accomplished close to 3 million collective views. There have been more than 10,000 new subscribers that have come on board. We've probably lost a couple along the way. There have been a couple of new series that have emerged that have just been meant to, try to look at things from a different perspective. Try something that's been a little bit different, a little unique. And overall, it's just been something where I know that there's a lot more that can be done, and I know that there are many reviews or different, unfinished business that still needs to be accomplished. But you gotta have that drive and that desire and feel like you have that creative urge and feel like you have that creative ability in order to, sit down and do that, and sit down and accomplish that, and do it at the level that you expect of yourself. Notice that I didn't say the level that was expected of, the nation, of the people. If you do that, then you don't really have any goals for yourself. You don't have any sort of real self-motivation. It's something where it is 100% driven by other people, and that eventually can come back to bite you. While I want something that is extremely, it's something that's I'm never going to be able to make it to the quality that some of you want, because we're a spoiled culture. We're spoiled people. I look at my stuff and it looks nowhere close to as good as some other things that are out there, and that's always going to be the case. There's always going to be somebody better. There's always going to be somebody stronger. We're not special. That's the thing. None of us are special in that fact. You say better and stronger, it basically just means they have access to better equipment, or they know how to harness it a little bit, more proficiently than you do. And it's something that you try and you keep on going at things each and every single day, and you try to get better and you try to improve yourself. But if I don't feel like I can match the quality that I would deem acceptable for myself, then it's better off that I step away. It's better off that I just sort of take a break. And that's been the past couple of days. The past couple of days have been ones where it's taken sort of a lot of strength and a lot of motivation in order to get to that level. So based off of that, I'm not going to slow down, even though that's probably what I should do based off of what this is telling me. I don't plan on slowing down, because if I slow down, it may be difficult for me to start back up whenever it comes to Fan Appreciation Week, and I aim to deliver. And I don't always deliver, and I am very aware of that. I'm hyper aware of that. I'm reminded of that every single day of my life. I am reminded of that in comments all the time. I am reminded that I don't get to each and every single album that's out there. I'm reminded that there are still discographies that are open-ended, that aren't finished, that there are series that are probably in bad need of an update. I know all of that. But I also know that it is not going to be helpful to you. It's not going to be helpful to me. Really, it's going to be helpful to nobody involved if I just dump 20 different videos onto the channel at once, just to satisfy some of those ideas. and feel that that's going to be top-notch quality, and also to feel like it's not going to get old after some point. Because that's one of the main reasons why the series exists, is not only to explore things from a different perspective and look at things from a different view, but also to sort of break away from the monotony. Because this is something that can get very monotonous. It can seem very repetitious, principally because it is. So, for all of you that love that, thank you. You know, I'm very, very happy with that. And Mittens is outside voicing his approval in a very loud tongue, if you can hear that. I'm sure that you can. But I'm very glad that you guys like this stuff. Every so often, I think I'm just going to take the time and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to sort of spill my guts a little bit, because I think we need to do that every so often in order to really reach a new level of clarity and a new level of understanding. Hold on a second, folks. Hello? Hello, little Mr. Loudmouth. Hello, little Mr. Loudmouth. Ooh. You guys know Mittens the Heavy Metal Kitty, don't you? This guy's great. He is also one of the main reasons why, throughout a lot of the struggles of the past 12 to 16 months, because there's been a lot more going on behind the scenes than I let on, and that I share. He and Pippin, who is the smaller, well, not smaller anymore, orange and white cat that I have, they've been one of the big reasons that I have kept going, that have, sort of told me to push on. And you know what? All the people that say that, oh, well, you're doing this from your mother's basement, and all of those different insults that they're meant to be insults. Well, you know what? I am not afraid to tell the world that two of the biggest fans that I have in this business and this endeavor are, 2-3 miles away from me and live in my childhood home, because they are my parents. My dad was on one of the videos. I was more than happy to do that. I plan on doing it again. There are some things that are blocking that currently, considering our family room over there, where it was shot, is now an absolute mess because they have some work that's about to get done. And I don't think my mother ever wants to be on camera, but she is exceptionally supportive of everything. And you know what? You want to say that that's an insult. You want to say, oh, well, of course two of your fans are your parents. It's two of the only fans you got. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Fuck each and every person that feels like that if you have your parents as a fan base, as part of your fan base, that's a bad thing. Because it's not. It really isn't. Well, would you rather have them combat you? Would you rather have them say, fuck off? What the fuck are you doing with your life? Go down to the goddamn foundry and do something with yourself. Maybe a kick in the ass is okay. Maybe a kick in the ass isn't all that bad. But would you rather, with all of this, with all of this talk that goes on in this world about how you just wish that you had the support of some folks, whenever you're already getting the support of the two people that raised you, what's that saying to them? Really, what's that saying to them? Some parents, I understand, don't deserve the love, the affection, or the attention. Some parents didn't do a very good job. But if you've had parents that have done an alright job, embrace that. If they support what you do, they support who you're with, even if they just support who you are, the person that you are, you should embrace that. You should definitely embrace that. I know this has kind of gotten off course a little bit, and I know that this video has been a bit of a cluster. It's very long. We're closing in on 15 minutes. But I wanted to get that all off of my chest. I wanted to do that, and I don't really care if this is a video that's viewed by 200 people or if it's viewed by 2 million people. This is something that I feel that I need to do to prevent the therapy from becoming something that needs therapy. To keep things in check. And also, at the same time, everything seems to have a double purpose. Get a little bit closer to you guys in the nation, for you to better understand me, and maybe throughout the course of these vlogs or whatever you want to call this series. If you have a great name for it, post it in the comments. You know, we grow into something more than just a fan base and a gentleman behind a camera. Instead, we as human beings connect. And that's important. That's essential. Thanks to anybody who has made it this far in this video. I appreciate it, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I will talk to you guys later. ZKN, the last great king of Generation X, out. The actual glasses, not the sunglasses. These are the serious glasses. See ya.